Told you. I got ideas. They work. When you get them, they work. It's funny. You know, it's a world that we live in of, hey, welcome, welcome. Oh, hey, hey. Make sure you wear your hand. This looks like a whole different show now. Totally different. I was sharing an experience I had about a booking. I got booked for actually, a friend of mine got booked for a show, and she couldn't do it. She was like, I can't do this. I don't know why people do this. They're like, call me, book me. I can't do this. So where is it? Make it a long story short, it's Newport Beach. It's a doctor, and he has me dedicating all of my jokes that were written for his wife. He's obviously praising her, like it was a surprise for her. He flew out her best friend from kindergarten. Oh me, oh my. I'm thinking my husband would never do this for me. Why can't he do this for me? I'm kidding, Mark. But I say to the guy, 7,500, 15 minutes, and I have to get a ride there because I'm ready to do the negotiation. Because I've been working with Persians for so long, it's exhausting. So you start right at the top so you can at least get a penny. This guy says to me, okay. I'm like, all right, that's too easy. I'm coming off the stage, Mark. Let me just tell you how it ends. I find out that the wife was having an affair with the drummer, so he was trying to get her back. So he gave her a surprise party out of love to try to get his wife back. And I ended up introducing him to somebody that he married. And she ended up being the only non-Jew in her own wedding. Okay? Imagine they're all Jewish. All Jewish. And then there's me. And I'm I'm ministering the wedding. And I go in her ear and I said, make sure you get that real paper. But he's a doctor. He's doing very well. One of the first people that came out with that scan. Remember the 3D scans? Right. And he took a look and said, no boobs. That's okay. I didn't need a scan for that. We're going to give a round of applause out here for our lovely Billy Ramirez. Billy Ramirez says, Schneider, stop it. Billy Ramirez does wonderful. Oh, my God, that last one everybody's talking about. How do you remember that outfit? You can help design for me. He does the images. He does the images and the social media. And, of course, Samantha Linderman. She's not here tonight, but let me tell you something. We were dancing with the Torah, that's for sure. That's for sure. And we got a lot going on. A lot of peace. That's good. A little peace in the Middle East, I hope. Let me tell you, I got somebody really good the other day. You know, trying to do political humor. And Patty, you know when they're not ready for it, but they're going to do it. And this woman came on and said, let's talk about this horrible genocide that is going on. And I said, you are absolutely right. How can they put their wives and children in front of them as human shields? And I give you kudos for bringing it up. That's what I said. Yeah. That's how you do it. You got to twist it around a little bit. Are you thinking about how to kill me? Not at all. Okay, good. I was having that feeling. What kind of question was that? I ask these questions. Patty's wife would ask you these questions too, all the time in the heat of passion. How can I tell you this? I need you to sizzle and roll, and I need to start it like it's hot coal. Every time I try to be nice, I just think about my beans and rice. Let's give it up for the one and only guy who rhymes with nice, Billy Ramirez, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, round of applause.
Thank you very much. All right. I guess as evidenced by the fact that I'm here on a Friday night, I am single. I am pathetically single, and it's all right because it's all my fault. So don't feel bad for me. Just trying to turn it into comedy. Like yeah, I just overthink things, and I got quirks. You know, it's like, for example, like one quirk I have, not exactly proud of. I'm ticklish. Yeah, I'm a grown man who's ticklish, and it's just that's a weird thing to admit. But the reason I'm not afraid to admit it is because I am violently ticklish. All right, I'm, like if I wished the wrong wish and ended up in the middle of an MMA fight, my only chance would be if to not die immediately is if my opponent tickles me. Like that's, you know, it's like winner by tickle-induced knockout, Billy Ramirez. You know. And then, you know, sometimes when a fighter wins and then there's the other fighters on the ground, he like gets a couple licks in before the ref gets there. Like, if I won, I'd do the same, but I do it with tickles too. It's like, see how you like it, you asshole. Anyways, yeah, I just when you're 8, being ticklish is adorable and cute, but like when you're in your 40s, it's a liability, you know. And like for example, like it's such a liability that I once accidentally ended a relationship, a potential relationship, because of how ticklish I am. Yeah, it's I was hanging out with this woman in her place at her place in Boulder Creek. I don't know if you know where Boulder Creek is. It's halfway between Big Basin and Santa Cruz. It's beautiful, just in the middle of all these redwoods. And we met up to go to a concert. And I'm staring out the living room window, just looking at all these coast redwoods, just kind of getting lost in the scenery. And then she comes up behind me, tickle, tick. Oh my good Lord, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Let me see your nose. Let me see. Oof. Full Picasso. Oh boy. It's not that bad. It was actually pretty bad. And that was also the start of her blue period. There you go. Even for the one person that got it. Yeah, and then she told me to Van Gogh home. And then I felt and then I felt petty, so I told her I'll Van Gogh home, but you should learn how to saison your chicken. I don't know a lot of painters. All right. And then she got the last word in, and she told me I was free to leave. Thank you. I had to get a Mexican one in there. But I'm also stupid when it comes to dating. Like, for example, I once stopped dating this woman because of who her favorite Ninja Turtle is. I don't know if you're familiar with the Ninja Turtles. You know, as an 80s and 90s kid, I loved the Ninja Turtles. They taught me everything there is to know about life. Like, pizza solves everything. Violence is acceptable as long as you're wearing a headband. And a giant rat makes an acceptable parental figure. But I didn't know I could be repulsed by a woman who not only knows the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but also appreciates them, until she told me that her favorite Ninja Turtle is Donatello. I don't know if you know the Ninja Turtles, but so there's 4 of them. One has, Leonardo's got these 2 giant swords, big shiny swords, are perfect for beheading and skinning an elephant. And then you got Raphael, he's got these 2 3-pronged metal forks. It's perfect for stabbing and turning someone into a potential rotisserie. And Michelangelo's got nunchucks, and those are always cool. You ever watch Bruce Lee play ping pong with nunchucks? Mesmerizing, you know. And then you got Donatello, standing there with a stick. It's just something you would use to poke raccoons out of the trash, like a broken mop, you know. And he's not even using the most important part of the mop over the evening. It's like, because then, you know, team head is going to be like, well, you know, with this I can still soak up liquid. And then team handles are like, well, you know, it's inefficient, you're going to blow out your shoulder. And then team head's going to respond like, well, you know what you could do with that handle. And then that's when it starts to get good. But yeah, you know, when the other 3 are busy just kicking ass and taking aims and just dominating the Foot Clan, you know, like Donatello, there he is, just, you know, just twirling his baton like he's trying out for a JV color guard. Great, you know, it's like, oh, competitive baton twirling. Is that going to intimidate the Foot Clan? Is that your plan, Donatello? But I don't know if maybe that was just her way of telling me that she prefers guys with a big old rod. But in any case, it wasn't going to work out. And let's see. And I'm just too stupid for my own good when it comes to dating. Like there was, oh boy, this one still keeps me up at night. A few years ago, I took my car out to a track day. You know, I got the 6-speed turbo. And then I like to take the car out to the track and drive it as fast as I can. Well, it's as fast as I can, knowing that it's my only car. So it's really not that fast. You know, you could become a faster racer if you brake harder and later into turns, and then push the limits of traction to the very edge, or get a second car. You know, yeah, like my hatchback's pretty zippy, but I'm pretty sure if I had a spare Geo Metro, I could drive the wheels off that thing. I'd take it off sweet jumps. I don't care. Like, it's not my only car. I have another car, anyways. But I met this woman, sweet Subaru WRX. So we hit it off and this and that, and we exchanged contact info, and then nothing happened because we lived 40 miles apart, and I got it into my head that nothing was gonna happen. So I didn't contact her. But 2 weeks later, she texts me on a Friday night and asked if she should come over and make me dinner. And you know, when you're dating or in early stages of dating, you're looking for red flags. Like that, my friend, is a green flag from the heavens. Like I don't know who runs the whole thing, but at that point in time, whoever was in charge was a big fan of me. So then this gorgeous year had asked if she should come over and make me dinner. And you know what I said? I said, "Oh, thanks, but I don't want to inconvenience you. That's a long drive, and I already ate." So yeah, I deserve to die alone. Yeah, it's I traded a potentially happily ever after for Trader Joe's Mandarin Orange Chicken, which could sometimes feels like it could be a good trade, but it's really not. Yeah, take the happily ever after. But I'm not afraid of dying alone though, for reals, because even though I've never been married, I think I can make a pretty good second or third husband. Yeah. I think I could. You know, it's like it'd be like a rescue husband. You know, like a rescue dog. Like I've been through some stuff already. I've been neutered by life. You know, I can cook. I can clean. I'm mostly housebroken. I'll try not to chew your furniture, but yeah, it's like a rescue husband. I like that idea. And I'm too old to be a first husband. You know, first husbands have ambition and goals and dreams, and for me it's like I get elated when dreams get canceled and goals, you know, go away. You know, it's like, oh, well, we don't have to go to the thing anymore. Like, great, I can just stay home and watch Only Murders in the Building. Perfect. You know, first husbands are busy climbing the corporate ladder. If I don't have a show or an open mic, I'm busy climbing into bed at 9 p.m. It's you know, it's like I'm going to watch football on this Sunday, too much football, and then I'm going to waste the day, and I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to retire my football jersey and pick up a flowery tote bag, or, you know, and take a nice rich divorcee to the farmer's market or a botanical garden, whatever. I'll pretend to like the ballet. You know, I'll hold her purse at Home Goods. That's how she stays rich, is by shopping at Home Goods. And then I'll take the long way with her at IKEA. You know, that'll be fun. I don't know, but anyways, but like I said, you know, I'm just I might be too old to become a first husband, but I might not have enough energy to fetch, but I do have plenty of energy to lick. So, ladies out there, you know, adopt, don't shop. Please save a middle-aged man today. And why is this mic stand so wet? Oh boy, I don't know what that is. Thank you. My name is Billy Ramirez. You can find me at BillyRamirez.com and on TikTok and Instagram at Middle-aged Muchacho. Please, welcome back to the stage, our comedy queen, Sunda Kronquist. Yeah. There's a wet spot in here.
We gotta get it back. It's wet because I had to clean it.
Oh, okay.
It was just so crazy, Schneider. A guy comes here, German, 92 years old. All right. Smells so bad. People were just going out the back door. He smelled so bad. But he was funny. And he's kind. And I felt really bad. Patty, you saw him. Yeah. JR, right. You know what, Patty? How do you feel about that?
Look, you can only do what you can do until it's just too much. But I feel so bad for the guy. I mean,
Right.
what did he do in life that he wound up 92 years old living in a Lincoln Continental? You know, I mean, it's probably, you know, it's a pretty nice car in his defense.
Exactly. But it's just hard to handle. I just want to do comedy. I'm always taking someone to the hospital, to the psycho ward, which I don't, you know, I know where they're coming from. It's a bot. They got me. Once they found the comic was here, oh my God, it's safe. It's safe. Tim Conway's son was here. Drunk as a skunk. Called Carol Burnett. Patty's heard the story 100 times. Called Carol, and it was her. Because somebody says, how do you know it's Carol Burnett? I was like, that was Carol Burnett. She took his call. She was very kind to him. Do you know who Carol Burnett is? Wow. I know. That's okay. Because when I teach, I just like, it's not teaching, man. We jamming, all right? We jamming. But you got to know the history so that when somebody throws something at you at an audition, and it's like, why don't you give us some of that, like, Pryor-esque? You won't be like, what? It's so sad that we don't teach more things for people that are interested in this. Like I was trying to get you for something. It was a total Schneider look. It wasn't like my escort over here, Patty. I take him to the white people places because they like white people like him. They don't like me, and they keep putting bacon on my food. Oh my God, they love it. As soon as Patty comes out, oh, this guy's funny. Yeah, he's so funny. He's so funny. It's the Rotary Club. And tell him.
But I told him Elvis was Jewish.
We started all this stuff. All right?
Back here again.
Listen, you know what? Let him tell the story. Come on, Patty. Bring this world to life. Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it for Patty.
Hold on, I'm coming up there. Keep it going.
You're right. It was all about Gladys. You started a whole bunch of stuff.
It's a whole bunch of stuff I was taking. Hold on. I was Sunda's Caucasian ambassador, and these were all like old white dudes, with a couple of Persians mixed in, and these white people were 10 minutes older than fucking dirt. I mean, they're very, very. It's a different type, and they've pretty much had everything they've ever fucking wanted. I'm just telling you the truth. What kind of and just the look on their face when I said, "Oh no, Elvis was Jewish." His grandmother's. No! No! It sounded like I told him Santa Claus had AIDS. No! They were just. Oh, they didn't like that. Where did you get that from? Where did you impugn my source? Impugn that immediately. There's Nick. Here's the deal. You gotta be careful when you fucking tell the truth, because a lot of people cannot fucking handle the truth. Like I think there's two types of people, right, in the world. First type of person knows who the 2-year-old Indonesian chain-smoking baby was from back in 2008, and people that don't. Like, clap if you remember the Indonesian chain-smoking baby. Clap. Nick, do you remember? Do you remember? You don't. It's not fair. No, hold on. And Nick, by the way, I love you, brother. Thank you so much. Because we're all here to kind of be cool to each other and make this fucking thing work. You know what I mean? Come on. So what was my point? Yeah. That's what happens when you get old. You just don't fucking know what you're talking about. The chain-smoking Indonesian baby. In 2008, he was one of the first mega YouTube stars. Mega big, and the kid would. It's still on it. You got to look at it. It's mesmerizing. This fucking kid, 2 years old, would smoke 40 cigarettes a day, and guess what? Rolled his own. That baby is more of a man than I've ever been. Fucking rolled as like a budding little hipster. Was a drum, with a little fedora on, rolling up all his cigarettes. An Indonesian. Look, I'm going to tell you something about, because I was all through Indonesia at the time. I was in Asia a lot prior to 2009. You know what I mean? And where that baby is from, you'd think, oh, his parents must be so derelict in their duty. How does a 2-year-old become a fucking chain smoker? But we, in our world, we're like, oh my God, this is fucking horrid. Where are his parents? Well, his mother, this is true, by the way, I wish it wasn't. It would be a better world. His mother walks 1.5 miles to a stable water source twice a day. There are other problems involved, and I don't know if you've been throughout Asia, but fucking everybody smokes. They have huge cigarette ads with real smoke coming out of a cowboy's mouth. It's everywhere, and they start to smoke. Like, look, thank God I went back there last year. I was back there last year and didn't see kids smoking cigarettes, right? I did, however, buy some candy from a 3-year-old who was rage vaping. You can tell the baby's under a lot of fucking pressure, is what I'm saying. This is a toddler on a mission. This is a toddler with a fucking quota. You sell out that fucking candy before you get God damn it! But here's my point. There are other things that we worry about shit that people were like, I wish I had to worry about that. I wish I had, again, rich people aren't all assholes. It's a mistake to think that. It's just when things happen to rich people, I'm not as upset. Not like terrible things like a plague, but like a fire, right? Because, and it's funny how they split off, right? Because everybody in the Palisades in Malibu are 1% to 2%ers, toppy of the tippy toppy, right? And the real rich ones got their own private firefighters to put out their fires because our fire lesbians couldn't get there on time, right? They couldn't. Our fire lesbians somehow couldn't get there. They couldn't lift anything once they got there. I don't know what the story was, but the other rich people, no, they're all in the top 1% or 2% said, that's not fair. They have so much money, they got their fire put out, and we didn't. Imagine if the fire was fucking in Compton instead, and the mayor didn't, everybody didn't have a built-in swimming pool. The mayor fucked up, there was no aqueduct. The rich people have a fucking pool. That's where the water came from to put it out. You see what I'm saying? And then you see fucking Gwyneth Paltrow at the Four Seasons in a robe crying, eating a $35 avocado toast in a suite saying, this is horrible. You don't realize my agent had to flee his home to his other home. Well, fuck me. And fuck you, Altadena. Are you fucking... I'm sorry. Sorry. I think of different things. My mind doesn't work like most folks. Earlier today, I got back. I was on a trip, and my neighbor, Big D. I love Big D. And anytime I come back from a trip, he goes, hey, Patty, what's up, my N-word? Only he says the word. He's an authorized user. He's an authorized user. And I'm still high. I'm a 62-year-old white guy. I never feel cooler than when a cool black guy calls me his N-word. And I'm scared what does that mean about me? You know what I'm saying? We were talking, and I'm from South Chicago. Like my high school was about 60% black. You know what I mean? And we were just talking about this thing. Have you ever heard of this, Schneids? It's an N-word pass. Whose idea was that to begin with? Who came up with that idea, right? Because I remember when there was no N-word. By that I mean N-W-O-R-D. It hadn't been invented yet. It was invented in 1981 by a charming racist we had just elected president, Ronald Reagan. Before that, people either said it or they didn't say it. That was it. It was because the F word was the original letter word because it was so horrendous, right? But how did the first N word? Because after the N word was invented, it wouldn't be too long till the N word pass would be invented. Does that make sense? So, who went to who? Who do you think? Do you think a black person actually went to a white person and said, you know what would make this whole interaction so much more pleasant? No, they don't. If you have to ask permission, maybe it's something you shouldn't do. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. No, look, I'm not an N-word abolitionist. I'm not. I mean, in a comedic way, I grew up, my comedy was formated around Richard Pryor and Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, even got Slappy White, people nobody know anymore. So, to me, I've only said it twice in my life, right? Twice. The actual word, right? And both of them were in 1978 at the same record store requesting 2 separate Richard Pryor albums. And some of you might know what the albums are. And the only reason that I said it is the owner of that record store made me. He was a racist, right? He was a fucking racist, and he got a big kick out of it. Go ahead, say it. Say it. And he's one of these guys that was deeply into heavy metal and had Norse gods and Valhalla all around. Just kind of fucking kind of creepy. This guy's, I've lost you somewhere along the way, but that's okay. That's all right. I fucking lost you with the baby that's the chain smoking fucking baby. That baby was. No, it was a chain smoking baby. I should probably look at something I wrote. Oh, yes. Oh. This would work if. This is like the waiting room at my urologist's office. You're going to go. Where are you going?
Go to hell if I don't pray.
Where are we at? How much time do I have? I'm at 12? I'm at 1 minute. You're confusing me. Is it 12? Is it 1 minute? Nick, help me out with this. This math is fuzzy. All right, let me see if I have anything. I did, I produce comedy, and I produce these shows. They're called alternative living shows. So they're all people of different flavors of gay. And there are way different flavors. And you should know these flavors because, like, I always open the show, which it's just me saying hello, and I kind of welcome everybody there. But last Wednesday, and it's always one of the better nights of the month. Like, they come, when they support each other, they spend lots of money. That's okay. But anyway, last Wednesday, it was a specific type. Now, you guys might not know this type, but have you ever heard of the type of a lesbian that's called a stud? Clap if you know what a stud is. Yeah, okay. It was stud night. Like the advertisement through it drew studs, lots and lots of studs. You know what I mean? And there's a thing. Are you familiar with what a double stud is? They're both super masculine, but one's just a little less masculine than the other. And they're kind of spooning, but they looked at me like, "What are you doing here? Are you someone's ride home? Isn't there a pickleball court you should be playing on somewhere?" Like, couldn't relate to me at all. And then I made the mistake, like, I'll go to the crowd, I'll go, "Hey, how many people here in love?" And they go, "Yeah." And I said, "Hey, how many people here are just fucking?" Nothing. I'm like, I didn't, just like that, just like what just happened right now. I don't know. I didn't even know, do lesbians actually fuck? It was probably a terrible thing to say. What I'm saying is sometimes it is the audience. It's not you. Anyway, you guys have been very good putting up with me. I'm going to bring Sunda up here. She got angry with me because I was complaining about the, what? Which one? They're always angry about me over the money. I said, I'd rather owe you than never pay you. Is that fair?
What was it? No. It was something else with the wife.
My wife? Oh, yeah. This is good news. My wife is allowing me to make noise during sex. Again. Good. Thank you very much. So long as I don't wake her up. I'm fine. All right. You guys, I'm going to go now. Bye. Bye.
You have your jacket.
My jacket? I threw that down for dramatic effect. Give it up for Sunda Kronquist.
Oh, the shit that comes out of his mouth makes me laugh. And when nobody else is laughing, it's just me and him. And sometimes you say it's neither nor neither, but let's give it up for the comedy of David Schneider! Oh, look, now you're like my husband. Oh, jish.
Everything hurts.
Everything hurts. Well, just don't do it from behind anymore. I was so kidding. All right. Come on, baby.
I need a ramp. Down. Lefty Lucy, Lucy lefty. I say, here's the thing. My wife and I are retired, no kids, way too much time on our hands. Vulnerable to the seduction and addiction to streaming TV shows. Constantly watching new shows. Constantly. Not knowing when or where we'll ever score our next Handmaid's Tale. Having friends and family show up unannounced, concerned because we didn't answer our phone in 3 days, only to find us passed out on the couch, surrounded by pizza boxes, after a bender of watching Ozark and Better Call Saul. Now you're thinking, okay, David, come on. It's not a real addiction. There's no 12-step programs, right? There's no chip. You get no chip for celebrating 30 days without using the TV remote. Okay. But if you're going to talk to me about politics and world problems, know this. I don't give a shit. What's more important to me, what I really want to know, what are you watching? I mean, people are losing their shit over the uncertainty of the economy, Ukraine, Middle East. But what about me? I invested 8 episodes of my life watching The Penguin. I don't know if there's going to be a second season. My wife adores me because I know how to keep my woman satisfied. I got every pay channel there is. Yeah, it's a little pricey, but I believe to make it work, you got to invest in the relationship. Now, I could tell some of you single ladies out there are probably thinking, how do I meet a guy like David? Good news, ladies. It's easier than you think, okay? Next time you're on a first date, don't wonder what car he's driving. Instead, ask what channels he got. If it's just basic cable, that's okay. You know, if you're content just watching Seinfeld reruns, add Netflix, Amazon Prime, he's got potential. You can work with this. But on top of all of that, he got Hulu, Apple, Peacock. I'll date him. You don't deserve this guy. Okay. Now, I'm proud to say I'm a good friend, okay? The kind that'll give you the shirt off my back. 2 months ago, I asked my best friend if he started the studio on Apple, only to find out he don't got Apple. I thought I knew this guy. 20 years he's been my friend. He doesn't confide in me. Is his business slow? So I did the one thing that a true friend does for another. I opened up a GoFundMe page for him. Okay? A goal $12.99 for a 1 month subscription. If you could get him back on his feet. Yeah, that's it. Now, there's a lot of competition out there with these GoFundMe pages, like, please help me pay for my mother's funeral pages. So I went for the heartstrings, you know. Please, help him watch Ted Lasso. I know, not all heroes wear capes. Now, I got to tell you, having lots of channels takes responsibility. It's not for kids. You got to be vigilant. Then, this last month, when I rented an old movie on Amazon for $3.99, only to find out it was free on Disney. God, that sucked. Now, I know it's no Greek tragedy overpaying $3.99 for a classic like Casablanca. Was Citizen Kane #1 on Spielberg's list of greatest movies? So, David, what sucks? Overpaying $3.99 for the sequel to Caddyshack. Not quite sure where that one landed on Spielberg's list. You know what I miss about those old movies like Caddyshack and Citizen Kane? That they just don't do anymore? They would tell me whenever there was a flashback. Remember, it was like old school, 10 years earlier. Right then I knew. No guessing. It's 10 years earlier. Now it's on me to notice that suddenly back in the 80s, because the main character is wearing cut-off jeans, listening to a Walkman. If they're not going to tell me it's a flashback every 2 seconds, then the characters got to start wearing name tags. My wife and I like to watch documentaries about serial killers and how they're caught on Netflix. Love that forensic science stuff. Problem is, Netflix will make recommendations based on those shows. Since you like shows with dismembered bodies, how about these shows, you sick fucks? Worried the FBI is going to show up. We called our lawyer, then binge-watched all 6 seasons of Downton Abbey just to cleanse our viewing history. Next. Talk amongst yourselves. By the way, I'm not a snob, okay? I also watch free TV, like PBS, you know? Till they start begging for money. Then they can go fuck themselves. I was watching a concert from the 60s and 70s with Smokey Robinson and Frankie Valli. Made me wonder, what the hell did Smokey do to his face? Halfway through, PBS interrupts with a membership drive, making me feel like I'm a freeloading sack of shit because I'm not a paid member. Trying to entice me to buy a membership with a once-in-a-lifetime gift like the greatest hits from the Carpenters. Hoping I don't got the willpower to walk away from that. I saw this amazing documentary on PBS about historic buildings when they were completed like 100 years ago. Goes, what a work ethic they had back then. You know? They didn't fuck around. They got their shit done quickly. Did you know that it only took 2 years to complete the Eiffel Tower and a little bit more than 1 year to complete the Empire State Building? It's fucking amazing. Let me tell you something. If you're not blown away by that, consider this, okay? Recently, with all the technology we have today, it still took 3 years, 3 long years, just to complete the final season of Yellowstone. Fuck that up. An amazing piece of shit. By the way, whenever a new season, somebody didn't like it. By the way, whenever a new season of anything starts again, am I the only one that needs a 7-hour recap? I don't remember anything. And see, that's why my wife's my soulmate, okay? She remembers everything about these shows. I could ask her, while watching, I could ask her anything and get an answer, although occasionally I'll ask something that makes her question the marriage. I could tell because she'll roll her eyes at me and start her answer off with 2 words. 2 words that make me realize I should have Googled the question. 2 words. Pause it. Pause it. Pause it has never been followed by, great question, David. I'm so proud to be your wife. No, pause it is followed by a 20-minute dissertation on this show. And I got a confession. Even my wife doesn't know this. Half the time, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I just fake that I do so I don't look like a total moron. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. So, and where can we find you? And
500 Miss TV.
Nowhere. In front of my TV is right.
really, so why don't you introduce my next actor? Maybe we can do that. Why don't you introduce Mark Zappert?
Ladies and gentlemen, you came to see him. You love him. You know him. Mark.
Yes.
Who's got a heating pad?
It's worse than that. Good news today from the White House. Well, that's going to be later. Trump just announced that he's managed to negotiate a bring down of the price of Ozempic, which, of course, is going to endear him to half of his regular people in America. All right? The price of Ozempic is one of the greatest tragedies of our time. $1,400 a month. And the insurance company refuses to pay for it despite the fact that it works. So short-sighted, right? Right? Especially in our age now where we have to deal with Obamacare's failures. Now, I know a lot of you, and Aaron's not here, so I don't have my Democratic corner. Patty will have to do. You remember when Barry, came out with Obamacare? The first, and that's when you realize that Barack Obama was a serial liar. You can keep your doctor. Ha! Nobody kept their doctor. This is going to bring down the cost of your insurance policies. Well, an Obamacare premium was $3,500 when this nonsense started. It is now $14,000. Not to get too much on politics, but we have to realize the problem is nepotism. It's true. Now, you've heard a lot of us up here complaining about Nepo babes in Hollywood. We're sick of Kardashians. All right? Ben Affleck, God knows who he's going to produce. All right? Charlie Sheen's daughter, all right? She's only doing OnlyFans. Haven't watched it myself. Somebody will catch me, kick my ass. All right? But Nepo babes in politics are really the worst. The Bushes, the Kennedys, all right? Thank God that Hillary Clinton's daughter hasn't run for anything, all right? But one of the worst nepotism babe families in America in politics is Gavin Newsom. Did you know that Gavin Newsom's family's money comes from basically running the John Paul Getty estate? And that's where Paul Pelosi's money comes from, too. He's third-generation grifter. Why do you think we have a problem and there's this new King's demonstration? Nancy needs people to pick her grapes. All right? The Democratic Party is no question the party of slavery. All right? Originally, they just brought blacks over from Africa. Now they're bringing them up from Guatemala. Makes no difference. Same story altogether. But the good thing about the Ozempic story is this. All right? I've always been a very tense guy. All right? Now that I have to get my knee replaced and I'm in constant pain, I'm worse than ever. But, of course, excuse me, Sunda. Am I boring you? And now, of course, when you get down to it, I used to look in the mirror and get really agitated because I was fat. I now realize that I had body dysmorphia. I'm not fat anymore. I am now skinny. I expect everybody to recognize that I'm skinny because I'm skinny. I've chosen my weight. I've chosen the way I look. And on top of it, you may no longer use my dead name. Fatso. I'm now slim. No more dead name for me. All right? No, by my pronoun, I'm now going to change it back to Ozempic. Slim Zaffron is my real name. You realize that in the United Kingdom, you could be sued, you can go to jail for calling me Fatso. Under their new, laws in the United Kingdom, if you use my dead name and call me Fatso, you can go to jail. It's just one of those things, which leads into one of the things that happened today. Is anybody surprised that the only president named on Epstein's flight list was Bill Clinton? Why would we be shocked by that? Why would we be shocked by anything that goes on with the Clinton family? The original lavender marriage. Except it wasn't quite lavender. He liked the girls. Hillary, we're not so sure. But all I know is that Anthony Weiner, all right, didn't seem all that masculine, and he was married to Huma Abedin. Now, she was Hillary Clinton's absolute best friend. It's kind of like Eleanor Roosevelt. She had one of them, too. Went everywhere with her. But when you... Excuse me? No, we'll get to Gone with the Wind in a second. All right, because unfortunately, that's my brother-in-law's family. The McDaniels, Hattie, some sort of great-great-aunt. And the reason I know that Hattie McDaniel was some sort of great-great-aunt is the propensity of the McDaniels to overweight. All right. My brother-in-law was, God rest his soul, murdered by McDonald's. There should be a sign on the front of McDonald's on their ratings, no black people allowed. This is the food that kills black men. Especially them French fries. Anyhow, back to Hattie McDaniel and Ozempic and all these other things. It leads me to my biggest problem is, what do we do with ex-presidents? I think they should be cryogenically saved. They have served no purpose after they've been in office. All right? And when people talk about the Eiffel Tower being built in a day, excuse me, sir, you coming in for something? You're late. What happened? Kids beat up on you today? I like the gray outfit, right? Pretty good. Looks like a Dominican nun. Anyhow, well, here we get down to it. Eiffel Tower built in a day. What is the longest running construction project in America today? Barry Obama's presidential library, and he's already ran over budget and out of money. Are we shocked in Chicago? No, because the mob got their share, and we don't even know which mob. Anyhow, when you truly get down to it, Jimmy Carter outlived his usefulness 20 years ago. And the problem with Jimmy Carter is he spent the last, 4 years in hospice? Okay, there's only one thing they do in hospice. They let you lay in bed and they give you morphine. Junkie! All right? Think about it. Jimmy Carter liked to get high. The Bushes. They're back to their old business of selling cocaine. That's it. They're back in the drug business. Think about that. Who needs them? And, of course, there's Bill Clinton walking around with an oxygen tank in one hand and a portable defibrillator. You think maybe he's reached his expiration date? All right. I'm going to let everybody go. Well, I don't know about bringing it. Who's the next one? Did you make what, being the next one? Yeah, because I'm going to have to disappear in a few seconds because I have received instructions from base camp, meaning home, all right, that there's printing that needs to be done. And I have to see if there's ink in my printer. If not, I'm going to have to scooch back here and sneak in because oh, yes, because Aviva hasn't taken care of her business. Anyhow, Nick. Who? Yeah. Give it up for Nick. Yeah. Nick. Pick up the Patty refrain. Nick. Watch out for that.
Oh, Mark.
I can't pick it up, Nick. Pick it up.
Hey, how's it going?
1 minute.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Keep it a second.
So last time I came here, I had no material. Like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna talk about what's on my mind. You know, I said, you know, it was like a misogynistic kind of approach towards women. Like, I'm not misogynistic, but I'm against certain aspects of like what's going on, like the feminist movement. You know, it's very dangerous. You know, we have women out there thinking that they're equal to men, and in certain aspects that scares me. You know, like for one, Patty, give it up to the studs. You know, seriously, like. What I want to see is personal, like when it comes to studs, what I want to see is two studs date each other. You know, like who decides to put the strap on, you know, like those type of arguments, you know, like, but for all we know, there's no telling what might happen in the future. There could possibly be a stud president. Wow. Can you, like with I mean, we might not be alive to see it, but you know, there's no telling what could happen. And the dynamics of that is very scary, you know, because women are, you know, I appreciate women. Like if they weren't here, life would be miserable. You know, like we have our differences. But like women, the thing about women is they don't know what they want. You know, like that's one thing we could agree on. They don't know what they want. Well, you know, like you have to show them what, you know, like men, we know what we want. We want food, sex, and shelter. And it's those simple things that we deprive ourselves of accomplishing, and that's neither here nor there. But I will say this: today literally is my 8th year wedding anniversary.
Is it?
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. No, don't clap for that shit. I haven't seen my wife in years. Like this maniacal, diabolical bitch. Let me tell you, like, no. Okay, today's my anniversary. 8 years. I'm like 35. Got separated when I was 20 something, and as soon as we got separated, the type of thing she would send me text messages of her, like videos of her and her boyfriend. You know, just sick shit. You know, and like when I was with her. She would want to watch scary movies and then have sex in the dark and go to sleep. You know, it's just weird shit. Like she's neither here nor there. But and then on top of that, I'm actually on the run right now. Like, to be completely honest, I'm just here right now to change my location, but I have to sit here and tell, I'm not gonna say I have to, but I'm trying to blend in right now and tell jokes, because like this is a comedy thing, but like, I'm really on the run. Like, I've been on the run for the past 8 years, and like my grandmother is a retired immigration agent, and me and her don't get along. We haven't gotten along since I was 3 years old. Me and her have been beefing since I was 3, and I caught a elder abuse case with her. Now I have a restraining order. Yeah, I never touched her, but I can't stand my grandmother. Like when she passed, the day she dies, I can't wait for her funeral. You know, like I'm gonna go there and I'm just gonna just fucking dance and no, I love my grandma. I love her. I do for the most of the time, but. The thing is, with my family, I come from a very, a barbaric background, dangerous family. Like, half my family, they don't consider you a man unless you've killed somebody or you've completely mutilated somebody or some people, or been to prison. It's sick shit, and I have to separate myself, and things going on in LA. Like right now, I stay in Skid Row. It's nothing but I don't stay in Skid Row, but I'm right there over there. I'm in there. It's nothing but tents, trash. Occasionally, you're gonna see some transsexuals. That's all, and it's pretty crazy right now. Like. I'm in school right now at the same time. I'm having to like blend in with school, and then everything going on with just everything's crazy right now. So, but other than that, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of your night. That's all I've got. Thank you very much.
Well, wait a minute.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Before you go, because you always have something to say. The last time, what was your greatest pickup line?
My greatest pickup line, like for what? Like for chicks? This is for me. Like, I'll take something from like Scarface. I'll sit down and I'll be like, I come from the gutter. I'm from the streets. But with the right connections, I can make some things happen. And with the right woman, anything could happen. I don't know. I don't really have pickup lines. Like, I like to women usually come to me. Fortunately, when I clean up, but
You got a pretty face under all
I do. I fucked a lot of hoes. I fucked a lot of them. I lost count a long time ago. Pickup lines. Like, I don't. Anything could happen. But anything else? Would you like me to pick up?
No, I just wanted you to know that we really think you're good, you're great, and you've done so much better. I just love it.
Thank you.
We are proud of the people that work with us. Oh my God. Oh, I cannot be that tired. Do you know that Mark gets up and leaves and is here at 5:30 in the morning? And I can't go back to sleep in the morning. Because in New Jersey calling. Talk about you sleep. You're like, oh my God. Listen, we got to keep going. The show must go on. Because one monkey don't stop no show. That's right. I wanted to ask. You've gone live. And Patty also. I have to make sure I send you guys casting information for a new show that's going to be on YouTube. I gave you the information as well. But they're not talking about age in terms of green. They're talking about being in this business. So the greener, the better. I don't know if I should put Zaffron in it. I don't think so. I sent it to you. All right. Because listen, if you're doing a little something with your social media and they want to collaborate with us, that's 2.3 million that you have looking at you that have never seen you before. So I suggest you all remind me to send it to you, because I'll forget. And so it be with the Comedy of V. Let's do this.
Oh, thank you, Sunda. Thank you. And thank you that you're always providing us with opportunities and knowledge and connections. And we love you greatly. Okay, so I'm going to move my phone. 'Cause it's right in the Yes, I'm V. Everybody say, what's happening, V? I don't know if y'all could tell. I'm with the AARP set. Yes, indeed. And for my 58th birthday, I got the best present I ever could have bought myself. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Terry Crews has nothing on me. If you guys know Terry, tell him I'm ready to have a boo bouncing battle. Baby. Any parents in the house? Couple, yay. Well, my two sons right now are about this tall. They're grown men. But when my youngest was little, he had this jump where he'd keep his ankles together and he'd flap his hands and he looked like a skinny kangaroo with tiny pterodactyl wings. Oh, he's nonverbal. He's a non-speaker. They call it a neuromotor disorder. I consider it more of a neuro make other motherfuckers do all the shit I don't want to do disorder. And I'm that mother doing all that shit. Well, this one Sunday we were leaving church and he was jumping and flapping, boing, 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 across the beautiful Kelly Green lawn. Everybody knew him. And then he stopped mid-boing. And I looked where he was looking because he had gotten sad. A baby girl was crying and she was on her mother's hip. That baby had a diaper, humongous. So I knew why she was crying. But the mother was yap, 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 and ignoring her child. And before I knew it, this baby screamed and wailed and threw her arms. And my son zoomed across the lawn and slapped that lady. Oh, God. And the baby stopped crying. I believe he was being used by the Lord. You know why? Because they did not press charges. He was being used by the Lord. Because if he wasn't, 5 minutes later, we would have heard, woo, woo, woo. They would have taken him. They would have taken me. They would have taken his brother. They would have taken the Mexican family standing right over there. Then they would have rolled down to the end of the parking lot and grabbed the Ethiopian missionaries, getting into the church van. That's the kind of Sunday it would have been, all because this little son of mine finally decided to do something that he wanted to do. Run across the lawn and slap a lady, mother of a black son. Woo-wee. It really happened. And you know, for the next few months, every time the phone rang, my heart leapt out of my chest because I thought they were coming to get us, you know? And I think we were saved by the baby. I know it. Every time her diaper needed changing, she spoke to her mother telepathically saying, "You better change my diaper or I'ma scream and holler at church again." Make that skinny kangaroo with the tiny pterodactyl wings come and slap some sense into you again. You know, as soon as that baby screamed and wailed, everybody on that church lawn wanted to run and slap that lady. My son was simply moved by the spirit of the collective to act. Because even the baby wanted somebody to come slap her mama. All those people, every single one out there, they were thinking, that woman is just terrible. Somebody just needs to go slap her. Why don't we make that little autistic boy do it? And that's what I believe happened. Yeah, my son don't talk. But he slaps, made that ghetto woman put her hands on her face, made that ghetto woman put her hands on her face, made that ghetto woman put her hands on her face. Ow! My son don't talk, but he slaps. I know you guys are imagining beautiful caramel, chocolate, cafe au lait, people splayed across the Kelly Green lawn, all Baptists. I raised my children in a non-denominational church, multicultural. My son slapped a white lady, mother of a black autistic son. Save me, Jesus. Help me, Lord. Take me now. Oh my goodness. It's true, but it's true. Yeah, he was being used by the Lord. L-A-W-D. Lord. Yes, help us, Lord. Okay, so you know I'm up in age. I'm seasoned, forever ripening. But I'm not a cougar. Clap it up if you do not believe that I'm not a cougar. Okay. People don't understand the double negative. Did she mean she is one but not, or is she not? And she's saying agree that she's not, agree that she's not. I'm not. I'm really not. Well, I do like them young dudes, though. What's not to like? I like the old dudes, too. Yeah. And them ones in the middle, they all right. You know, they're always trying to make me their sugar mama. Ah! But the old dudes don't have to worry about me sweating them if they don't perform. During that special moment, I'm not that chick. I'm not clowning them. You know why? Because I love a good night's sleep. And there's always second tries in the morning. The sun'll come out tomorrow, but you gotta hang on till tomorrow. There'll be wood, wood, wood.
Bravo, man.
Can you tell I love me some morning wood? Morning wood. You know, it's organic. It's good for you. And I've been V. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I too. I'm trying to remember when it is. I just had one last night, but November 9th, Hotel Cafe, guys' night out. Yes. All right, keep it going for our illustrious host, the one and only Miss Sunda Crocus.
Sunda Crocus. Oh my God! Ever since they did that thing, I just feel like I'm gonna like. Somebody came in that I missed. Oh, here he is. All right. All right. So it's enough of this, V, with these white women. They always talked about our big black asses. And now they have them.
Now they do.
They always talked about our big soup spoon lips.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they have them.
Now they have them.
What's going to be next? Our white men? That's going to work. You guys have been fantastic. You guys got to help me out here. I just realized it. You have to. I'm talking to you guys in TV land. You got to help me. It says TV land. It is. You got to help. If you want this place to stay open, we're going to do something special for my birthday. Because we have to. We have to. You got to buy a pack. I mean, I got to think of something. But if you really knew what it's like to try to keep this place open and to deal with individuals, and you don't want to hurt people's feelings, and you have to hear everything, and I just got to cut myself out. I think the doctor's right. It's like whatever you do is too much. Can you imagine if he saw what goes on here with this craziness, with people running through? Remember the Indian lady that was drinking wine under? Come on. We've had craziness. The woman takes a bottle of wine. This is a show we're doing up the street. And she's like this with a bottle of wine. She started here, though, Patty. She started with the first bottle here. Then she went and latched herself on me like that. It was disgusting. I mean, but it's craziness and the personalities we have here. But it's a place for a comedian to be. You guys don't know what the Friars Club was. It was so important. It was imperative to be a friar. I was a friar in New York. That was very important. We did roasts and things like that. And now it's just different. Now it's just like, it's back like what Mark said. Your mother's so fat. Your mother this. Your mama jokes. That joke you have is brilliant. And Billy, you don't listen. But that other joke, you're like Mark with things, but we're going to do that in private. We're going to make that other joke blow up. Because I did it. There you go. And give me sound effects. You're the drummer. And I just wanted to say, rest in peace to Ace Frehley. And party every day. All right, now that I've had a nap, let's go out. All right, guys, I'm Sunda Kronquist, and I lived through this, and nothing happened. And that's good. So I'll see you guys next week. All right, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're here.